Dave Chappelle.
Woo!
Dave Chappelle is attacked, slammed on stage at Hollywood Bowl event. Attacker pulls gun on comedian. So first things first, it wasn't a real gun.
Right.
It was a fake gun that was a knife.
Yeah.
Which is very confusing to me.
It sounds like a skit.
The first time I read that, I was like, huh?
How does a knife look like a gun, though?
Just shape it like that.
Is this like a bayonet? Like, tell me the details.
It would be very cool if the guy was carrying a
I
bayonet.
want to look at it. Is there
There's
an
no
image
picture
of
of
this
it.
weapon?
So, yeah.
Nope. So it says, Dave Chappelle's Hollywood Bowl performance Tuesday night came to a temporary screeching halt when someone rushed the stage and attacked the comedian. It was especially scary because we've learned the guy pulled out a gun. It went down toward the end of Dave's show, part of the Netflix is a Joke festival, when a man in the audience somehow got on stage and manhandled Dave, tackling him and violently slamming to the hard stage.
Geez.
I like that they like to make Dave look more badass. They called it a hard stage, like it's like the hard.
No, it was plush pillows.
Stage.
Dave.
It's like a trampoline.
Like what?
Thanks, Will Smith.
Right.
This is all your fault.
Seriously.
That was like people were talking about after the incident. They're like, comedians everywhere are gonna have to be worried now. I'm like, I was like, is there some shortage of security guard companies in California?
This
guy got past the metal
happening all the
detector.
time. First, getting served court papers on stage.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
How you get past security, bro?
Maybe it's like blue collar security workers are like
They just
protesting.
give up.
Like, I don't like
They're
you.
protesting.
strike.
They're like, I don't even care.
Screw the
Like,
anymore."
okay,
celebrities.
did you watch the clip?
Yes.
What did he say immediately before this? Did he say something that like incited some
Inflammatory?
anger?
I don't know.
I did. I only saw it on TMZ without audio, so I don't know it.
Oh,
but to
darn.
me, like there was like Dave. He had to have been talking about he is very polarizing in the transgender community. Dave Chappelle is.
Yeah, he is.
That came up in his bit at the end. He says it went down towards the end of Dave's show, and then it says law enforcement tells TMZ the attacker actually pointed a gun at Chappelle as he rushed him. We're told the gun was not real; it was a replica of a semi-automatic. It also weirdly had a knife attached to the
so
gun.
weird.
So now I'm picturing he like duct taped it like a bayonet to the front. And the question cops are asking this AM is how the guy got past the metal detector. They confiscated phones at the event, which is why there isn't a million images
Yeah.
of
Maybe
this.
they just need to cavity search everyone who walks into the Dave Chappelle
No,
event.
thank you.
That would have been a fantastic segue later
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
end of the segment.
Hold on to that.
We'll just repeat it again.
Yes. An eyewitness tells TMZ that the attacker got up and started running as a swarm of people went after him. He was running around the screen on the stage when the eyewitnesses the mob caught up with him and beat the crap out of him and stomped on him. Shows you how loved Dave Chappelle is.
Yeah, everybody loves Dave.
The eyewitnesses said
He just wants to give him a big hug.
The eyewitnesses said that Jamie Foxx and Busta Rhymes, both got a few licks, and now I'm picturing Busta Rhymes rapping really fast and beating this guy up,
great.
and Jamie Foxx doing his thing from Ray. Was it
Yeah.
Ray that he was in? Yes, I think it was Ray that was in. It says Dave continued with his act, telling the audience, "I don't know what it is. If that was a part of the show, I grabbed the back of that dude's head. I'm editorializing
Yes.
here. His hair was spongy, absorbent.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just make fun of it. Yes.
After Chappelle, and it says, now get this, the attacker, after the attack, guess who was there? Chris Rock.
Whoa.
So and he says he was
is
one
too
of Dave's
much.
special guests, and as Chris walked on stage, he hugged his pal and said, "Was that Will Smith?" I mean, that, as far as jokes go, they threw that
That's
one.
pretty
That was
great.
like that
Okay.
was hung right over the plate. If
Yeah.
you don't hit that one out of the park,
Too
you're-
easy.
Yes, it's unclear who the attacker was and why he did it, but the show went on as planned. I do love the idea that it's kind of like the
Did this guy get away?
no, they caught
Okay.
him. But I'm
no.
picturing the parade, the Christmas parade. We may never know his motives. Over Christmas.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I'm picturing that. That's what they're saying. Like, we may never know why
Yeah,
he did this.
I know.
It says,
Yeah.
so Dave Chappelle's attacker was arrested by the LAPD. So they have a photo. I don't know if it's in this one or if it's in the
Well, they messed that guy's arm
His
up.
arm is
backwards.
Like
Woo.
I don't know if it's in this one. Yeah, look at.
Oh, I can't look. My shoulder
that
used
just
to
gives you the
dislocate.
heebie-jeebies.
I know.
If
that
you're
just hurts.
listening, if you are listening to this, the guy's arm looks
It was
like.
put on wrong.
Have you ever seen one of those wacky, wavy inflatable tube people?
Like if you took the arm off of a Barbie and then
Yes.
flipped
Flipped it around. Oh
Yeah.
no.
So it says the deadly. It's a
Ooh.
replica gun. It says this guy is being held on $30,000. Oh, I'm not going to say his name. That's not really important.
Oh, yeah.
He's being held on $30,000 bail. The LAPD public information officer Mendez told Deadline this morning. Apparently, Chappelle was rushed by someone on stage, and there are people who are saying that this is because of past comments he's made about the
They don't know that.
LGBTQIA community. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
Dave made that comment during the show.
He joked that it was.
He joked.
Yeah.
Yes, he
yeah.
said.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
He goes, but that's the thing. You're not allowed to tell jokes anymore. Otherwise, people are going to rush the stage. And to be fair, Chappelle is famous for his unapologetic form of
Good.
comedy.
Good.
So
Yeah.
he understands that to be brash, brave, and unapologetic will come
And
with.
even after getting attacked, repeating another offensive joke,
Yes.
you have to
Double
applaud the
down.
guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like, I guess
got
this
fortitude.
is just the ultimate demonstration that, like, in our day, like the ethics of our day, words are truly more powerful than physical violence.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is why the people who don't like when people don't like your opinions, they want to be able to censor it and they will use the phrases like "words are violence," which, as we know,
I mean, even your will to live after they attempt to cancel you is a weapon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep, they want to use it. Like, my favorite is whenever somebody who goes through like a severely bad public backlash. I hesitate to use the word canceling anymore because that term is even becoming
Well, yeah,
weaponized
they're like-
and monetized. And we're going to talk
talking about that at the end.
We're going to talk about that
Yeah.
at the end today because I have a big issue with with where things are going with that. But there's this every time somebody goes through some bad public backlash, when they come back, they're always surprised. They're like, "I can't believe this person's back." I'm like, "What, did you expect them to just go into a hole and die?" They're adults. They have to make a living.
Yeah.
Like that always what boggled my mind about who is it we were talking about yesterday. We talked about somebody yesterday. I was like, that's working again for the first time in a while. I can't remember off the top of my head. But like every time something like this happens, I'm like Johnny Depp. Okay, like Johnny Depp, we're going to talk about him, right? Like he still wants
Chad Michael Murray.
Well, no, I was Johnny Depp that I was thinking about. So it's like
okay.
they want him to what was he going to do? Human beings have a natural desire and inclination to be productive, to be
have to
useful,
work.
to exert yourself, right? You cannot eat, and they're always like, they talk about the famous old people who say stuff that's anti-cancel culture because they're uncancelable, because they don't have to make their money anymore.
Right.
But people still want to feel as if they're doing something.
Right.
And not just feel that way, to actually do something
actually-
of value.
They want to feel
very
challenged.
Not
Because
be stagnant.
Johnny Depp doesn't want to just live in his he doesn't want to just be Scrooge McDuck and jump into a vat of money. He wants to go put his craft to use. He wants to make movies. He wants to make his art. And whatever your opinions are on that form, that medium, it's his calling in life, and he has a right to do that, even if even if these people have opinions that you disagree with. And it boggles my mind how every time something happens, Chappelle is the golden example of someone who is brave in their opinions and unwilling to bend the knee to people.
Yep.
I feel like if they had the option, canceling would result in just annihilating you from existence.
No,
Yeah.
the end result, they want you to commit suicide.
Yeah.
The people who believe in that, who gaslight you
That's
and tell
the
you
logical conclusion
yes,
of it all.
it's
If nothing else is
Yeah.
good enough,
you can't make money.
you can't even apologize.
You're ostracized by your
don't get to
family and
speak.
friends.
Yeah.
Even if your family and friends still love you, because we live in such a public-facing way now, they can't openly support you for fear of people coming after them as well. There's no recourse other than to just Minecraft yourself and just end it, and that's abhorrent to me. Like
Yeah.
to look at the world
There's
and
no
and
forgiveness.
it's also extremely devious because they're like, well, we didn't want that. We just want him to be held accountable for his actions. But you're being intellectually and morally
Right, there's
dishonest.
always the ulterior motive.
Yes.
And as we've said before, over and over, if you apologize, you're in a way perpetrating this same ritual on other people. You're
Right. You're making it worse.
The
You're making
worst
it worse
thing-
for yourself and the next guy.
The
Right.
worst thing you can do is like and this is one of the hardest lines to draw is like, I don't necessarily think that they're like we've stigmatized apologies, right? So there may come a time where you do something that is worthy of an apology. But here's the thing. It shouldn't, almost never should it be to a group. You should apologize to individuals who
you might have hurt,
who you might have harmed.
wronged, yeah.
Apologizing to a group is a recipe for insincerity
Exactly.
and a form of public coercion to get you to do so. Trying to get Gina Carano to do a 40-person Zoom call is a struggle session. That's not.
Yeah.
There's no actual.
That's a performance.
Yeah.
That's not a personal interaction.
It's not a recipe for sincerity. And then they would laugh at you and say, well, they won't say this part out loud. They'll say, we don't want sincerity. We want conformity, right? So Dave Chappelle is like, if you want the gold standard of somebody who just believes what he believes and does not give a crap what you think, he is the best person that you could...
if you're the target of a cancel mob, whatever you want to call it, I almost feel like you shouldn't even address the situation. But
Just
if
leave
you
it.
do, don't apologize. Double down.
Yeah, either double down or ignore it.
I say ignore it. I don't like doubling down either, because
Well, that's what he's doing.
Yes.
He's doubling down. I guess that's because it's his profession.
For me, it's like take advantage of the fact that this world now has the attention span of like a particularly stupid gnat.
Yeah.
Like
That's true.
if you waited out a couple of days, because what happens
Until
is like,
someone storms the stage, tries to kill
I get,
you.
I get like when people say negative stuff to me on social media, I just don't engage, because like what they want is the response. They then want the 3 comments they get to make after that based on whatever my response is. And if somebody comes at you unsolicited with rude comments, they're not looking for an actual conversation. They're looking to either hurt your feelings or start something.
Exactly.
And
Or
that's
just humiliate you in some way.
exactly.
And it's low effort. That's why I'm saying, like, at least have the integrity to say something in person.
Yes. So to me, it's like everyone should aspire to be more like Dave Chappelle. And I don't know about doubling down. I don't know, because I don't know what the guy who attacked him's motives are. So I don't know if that's necessarily
But
doubling
you
down.
can make
He's doubling
an
down on his
educated
yes.
guess.
Sure, maybe.
So I don't know, but that guy, look at that picture of that arm again. That is
No, I don't.
I don't
want
want to
Thank
look again.
you.
Thank
Thank you.
Did you guys see? I mentioned it here. Somebody, it's really funny. It's like I always get this like weird sense of pride when I like find something that I want to cover that then other people cover later, because
Yeah,
like
It's like when
you beat
Bucko
them.
brings a rat to
yes,
the forest.
but there was I was reading this very long article that was like trying to lay the blame of like why Netflix lost its 200,000 subscribers. And one of the funny things in the article is they try to lay the blame at like the discord within the company that having Dave Chappelle on caused. And somehow you think like in a company that makes all of the garbage that you guys make that nobody likes and nobody watches, you somehow found a way to say that Dave Chappelle is the reason you lost 200,000 subscribers.
When he was
Do-
literally their
Rich.
biggest
Do
source
not-
of profit.
Don't make me laugh. Like
Yeah.
they're like it's so discord
Like,
within the
who
company.
are you fooling?
Yeah.
It's these companies, like, this is why you don't hire activists to work at your company.
They're learning the hard way. Good for
Remember,
them.
it's not enough to just not be an activist. You should be actively anti-activist.
Agreed.
That's those are my opinions.
I think you're right.
HR
Correct.
people and activists don't understand numbers.
Nope. So I applaud Chappelle. The joke at the end was like, it just proves like he has to be willing to. He's kind of putting his money where his mouth is here, because
He
like
is, yeah.
everyone, it's like the Mike Tyson quote. Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
true.
He got his punch in the mouth and held true to his beliefs, and that's
And that
like
was his plan all along.
he's not being scared into changing his views, which
Good
is
for him.
very I guess commendable in today's world. Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.